very good evening to all my fellow friends. So today we are going to record a video for group discussion 6, the last group discussion. So we are from group LAX 2043, let's play, group 14. So before we start, let's introduce ourselves first. So my name is Nur Shamimi Auni binti Muhammad Azri. My metric number is 200409. I'm taking a Bachelor in Science of Human Development, Faculty of Human Ecology, second year student. Next.
Okay, my name is Chen Wen. My metric number is 199514. I'm taking corporate communication.
Hi everyone, my name is Liang Mengwei and my metric number is 201412 and I'm from Faculty of Medicine and Healthy Science.
Alright, so hello everyone. I'm Nurhania Shapinti Sharisen and my metric number is 197773. So I'm from Faculty Modern Language and Communication and I'm taking Bachelor in German Language and currently on my third year.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Yi Xuewei and my metric number is 193685. I'm a final year student. I'm currently studying food service management. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Teo Kahim and my metric number is 193599 and I'm from Faculty of Food Science and Technology and I'm also taking food service and management.
Hello everyone, my name is Hong Kang and my metric number is 195575. I'm from Faculty of Economic and Management and my major is entrepreneurship. Next.
Hello everyone, my name is Li Minggang. My metric number is 191446. I'm from the environmental science and technology. That's it.
So today we are going for group discussion 6. We need to do some reflection on our experience playing all 4 language games, and then we need to determine which game is the best, and like we compare the effectiveness of the games and how the game improve our English vocabulary or our English efficiency. So let's move to the main agenda first. So we need to do some reflection on your experience playing all 4 different games. So each of you will explain like for your experience on these 4 different games. So let's move to the Sandy first.
Okay, for me, I think the game is last one is Who is Spy, because I really like play these games with my friends in China. Yes, we use the Chinese words, but I use the English words. It's the first time play these games. I think these games will training our brains because we don't know who is spy, and maybe who we don't know who is spies, and we take the words as similar meanings, right? So we cannot make we need make the person trust ourselves, and we don't want to suspect how to say that. Sorry. Yes. And I also think the second group, the game is good for me, as can push the language to get the pronunciations. Yes, this is my suggestion.
Okay, before we continue, I would like to recall the game we have played before. If anyone you have forgot the name. So we have played 4 different games. The first game we played is under Mengwei and Chenwen, which is the game is named I Have and You Don't Have. The second game is a Guess the Gibberish game, which by me and Hani. The third game is a spelling bee game by T and Tio, and the last game is the spy game by Hong Kong and Lee. So yeah, I just recall it if you guys like forgot the name. So let's move to the next, which is Mengwei. What's your opinion? What do you get from these 4 different games, and which games is the best for you?
Yeah, for this lab we play totally 4 games. For the first game is done by me and Sean and Sandy. Yeah, we play the game I have and you don't have. For the first game, we are creating this game to breaking to do our ice breaking, and we know each other, our habits and um, our hobbies, and we can close to each other. Yeah, and the second guess is guess the garbage is use the same pronunciation to guess the different center. Yeah, I think it's very interesting, and it can be played with more language, 3 or more language. Yeah. The second is the spelling bee. Yeah, to to different the to dif- to find the difference between the very similar word and find how to spelling it, and what is the word, what is the writing for the words. I think it can help us to remember our language, our English, to 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 study the new word for language, or for English or another language. Our last game, our last game is the spell game. We play with 7 people, and we have different words. I think the game is the most interesting because we need to try our best to hide our to hide ourselves, and experience a little evidence and what we have. Yeah, we need to use our brain and hidden ourselves. Yeah, that's all.
Maybe we can ask Hani.
Okay, so I will simply talk about what I get on every game. So for the first game, I really like the first game because it is such a good starter for our meeting, like to get comfortable with each other while playing every game, because each game cannot happen successfully if we do not comfortable with each other. So I think the first game is really good at for our ice breaking. And then for the second game, which is me and Mimi created, that game is really important for our pronunciation. I think it is really good for you to learn on how to pronounce it well and right. So for the third game, which is spelling bee, no matter how how important the pronunciation, but at the end, spelling is more important than I think like somehow spelling is more important and somehow pronunciation is important, because somehow like even we don't know, like like the the similarity of game 2 and game 3 is almost the same, which is like for game 2 we don't know the right spelling, but we can guess it. But for the third game, it taught us that spelling is important, and we might think this is the right spelling, but actually the others. So like it's really good at increasing our knowledgement. And then for the last game, I also like it because it was such a great conclusion for our game. It's like a good ending for our game, which is the what the arrangement of our game is really good. Which is for the first game, it's really good for ice breaking, and for the last game, it's really good for our ending. So I think I personally had so much fun doing this legs. That's all for me.
So let's move to Theo.
Okay, for me, for the first game, I have you don't have. I think it's really a good game for ice breaking. So, actually, we can get to each other closer and knowing about more since we don't meet each other physically. So, I think this is a good game, and I also like the game. Next will be the guess the gibberish word. So I think it's really good to practice our uh, not only the pronunciation and also the listenings also, because sometimes we speaking we have all the accents we have mixing up with Malay's word or other Chinese word. So we might be not having a proper pronunciation. So by having this game, we can try to find out all the pronunciation and also the listening skills. Next will be the spelling bee. Since was the game master, so I think uh, the purpose we are having this game is to like challenge ourselves with the spellings also, but yet I think the structures of the games we are using the Kahoot is maybe it's not the platform, but I think the game itself is really good if we can play in a room together. So next will be the who will be the spies is the last game. So I think it's also very fun and challenging game also. We can like we need we are not only try to practice our uh speakings or our vocab, we also like challenging our brain to determine who is the spies and how to protect ourselves or to to get to know who is the spy and in order to win. So in general, I think for me the best game will be the first game because it's really good for us to get to know each other's ice breaking game. So I think that's all.
Okay, maybe T.
So for me, the first game I have, I don't have, yeah, like they say, it's very good ice breaking game because we are complete stranger when we start this legs. So by this that game, we get to know each other. For example, I still remember children got pet, so I'm jealous. Yeah. So I think it's very good. Not only from legs, maybe we can play with our friends and maybe new friends we met. And the second game, Guess the Gibberish, I think it's very challenging about the pronunciation. Like Tio say, we used to speak with like Malay, like Chinese, so we kind of mix up all the word. So what is important to know what is the proper pronunciation. So when we speak to native speaker, we can understand them when we're listening to them. So the third game spelling bee, as I'm also one of the hosts for that game, even though I prepared the game when I play with you guys, I also wrong. So that means how important spelling is, especially when we are students, we need to write the report in English. So if your spelling are wrong, maybe your lecturer will like not unsatisfied with your work. And the last game is Who is the Spy? This game I also play in Chinese language before. So for me, it's quite challenging to play in English because I need to have many vocab to describe the word I get, and also train our logic thinking skill. We need to figure out, am I the spy or I'm the normal people? So for me, the best game is the last game because I really like this game and I think it's a good ending for our LAX video. Thank you. That's all for me.
Okay, let's move to Hong Kong.
So for me, I think all of our games are very interesting. It's hard to choose the best one, but I think the two most interesting are I have and you don't have, and who's the spy. But for I have and you don't have, I think we may play with our friends. Maybe we don't know what we should say after a few games. I think it's a problem. But for who's the spy? Um, I think this game has a lot of playability. We can choose a lot of words to play. Each game will be continue a long time and it will not boring for us. So I think I would like to choose who's the spy. So I think that's all for me.
Okay, let's move to the second last, which is Lee Mingang.
So you choose yourself, right? So for me, I totally agree with Honey because I have the same feeling with her. The first game I have, you don't have. I think this game make our teams confident. Also make our teams close because we have a little secret with you guys. Also for the second game, the Gas and Girish, I think this game is has the most challenge for me because it's quite hardly to understand uh, 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 or the thinking about for your thinking skills. But I think this game is funny because you just have a little change. It's totally different. Like you can play in Malayu, Bahasa Melayu, or you can play in Mandarin. It's totally different. Also the spelling bee. I just remember I have a different in this game have a very low marks. It's more challenging on me in my world. But I still think it's a fun game or it's or if we want to learn something in the game, I think it's the best. And the last one for our game, we have a little change. In the first time, we want to play in which things have, but me and Hong Kong talking and have talking, so we have a change to the who's the spy. I'm so graduate because you guys, I think you guys love it, and hopefully in other days you can play with your friend and tell them you learn from us. It's so honor for me. So that's it for me. Actually, if I will voting the best one, I will. It's so hard, but I think I will choose the first one, the I have and you don't have, because it's I think this game show us our relationships starting. Okay, that's it.
It's my turn. So in my opinion, the first game I have and you don't have is kind of like good for introduction. As Heini said earlier, is good for the ice breaking session in which we can like get to know each other, especially the personal information. Also, you guys also know, yeah, with like your boyfriend and also on. Okay, and then the second game, guess the gibberish game is, I think it is kind of hard for you, for some of you, especially for Hong Kong, or maybe because he's not familiar with the pronunciation. Maybe it's like a British accent, like Harni said in the previous group discussion. So yeah, maybe it's funny if we play it with our mother language, but if like foreign language, it will challenge our brain and our vocabulary. So it's kind of good if you want to challenge in vocabulary in other language, okay? And the third one is spelling bee. Spelling bee is kind of like good. It's important actually, in especially in writing and also in reading, because like I said earlier in the previous group discussion also, this one like is so important for us to like finish our assignments and also on. And the last game is like very the best, I think, because like I never play this game before. So that's why the first one I very clueless. Like I don't know how to play the game. Which I texted Hani because like I don't really understand the game. So slowly finally I understand it, and I think I can play with other person. So yeah, thanks to Lee Minggang because and also Hong Kong for introducing me the games. So yeah, so my best, I would choose the last game. Okay, it's the last game because it's a good ending. But after all, we need to like decide only one best game. So let's do some voting, which you need to raise your hand if you like vote that game. You have like 10 seconds to like think which one is the best game. So yeah. So yeah, I think that's all from our discussion. So we chose the game is I have and you don't have as a good as the best game in our group discussion because it's good for our introduction and get to know each other. Yeah. So anyone have something to add? Maybe like the last word because this is
Working.
I hope we can make in reality someday.
yeah, true. Maybe one of you like saying something the last word before we end the discussion because after this we won't see each other again. So yeah, it's kind of like sad too.
So I think maybe we can both cry in 3 minutes.
I don't know, it's quite sad for me because you guys are so sporting and cool and fun to be with. Like, and then, oh my god, I think you guys are the best. That's all I think I
Really
want
nice
to
to
say.
meet you guys. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
This
you,
would
everyone. Thank you.
for me this is the best LAX ever because like I have like I only got 2 semester for LAX. I mean like now it's my semester 3, so I already gone through 2 LAX. So this one is the best LAX because the previous one is kind of like very strict. Like they are very serious when it comes to like we do the discussion things, but this one is more like we like having fun, like meeting each other because it's like let's play, right? So it's good lah. So I think that's all from us. So thank you. Yeah. Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.